So let me talk you through this thing. Both of you, feel free to chime in wherever, but we've got an 18-minute, 39-second sampler. It was very curious to me upon release because at this stage, I really wanted to know what artists are still on MNE at this point. What are they cooking up? Twiztid, House of Crazies, Blaze, maybe James Garcia? I don't know. It starts out in a way I couldn't have anticipated, but when it did, I went, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is split up into 4 segments. The first one, it's the return of Dark Lotus Sampler. We got a little intro, some rain sounds, the word Lotus being whispered over and over, car alarms, and then a voice tells us, ABK the Warrior, the Chainsmoker Monoxide, the Dead Man, Blaze Ya Dead Homie, and Jamie Madrox's The Great Skull, the return of Dark Lotus. First off, we already have this group. It's called East Side Ninjas. We did a whole episode about it. Second, when did Jamie Madrox become the Great Skull? I thought the Great Skull and the Rainbow or whatever were just characters that were on the mixtapes.
Yeah, I mean, I never really understood those characters, but I will say I'm here for it. If he wants to rebrand as the Great Skull and that's his little name, I like it better than the Multiple Man, even though I know that's a Marvel reference. I think having your own thing that's not a reference to something else is cooler. So I'm pro Great Skull. I like the imagery. I like the name.
All right, Aaron, weigh in. Pro Great Skull or stupid for him to rebrand a Great Skull?
Who gives a shit? Pro.
Fine. I'm against it. Okay. Either way. All right. So until we get to the very end of this, there are no actual full songs on this sampler. It's just clips of songs like the old school samplers used to be.
Yeah. This is very early 2000s sampler. It reminds me of
Big
like the
time.
2001 Psychopathic sampler. I was excited by the formatting of it.
Well, and at first I didn't understand the format. I thought it was skipping from track to track because you'll like get part of a song and then a noise and then, goes to, and I'm like, oh, we're getting clips of different tracks. I'm like, no, this is clips of different verses within the same song. And then it will, jump to the next song. So each time we go to a new segment, they kind of introduce what it is, go into a song, and then for each subsequent song for that segment, they'll tell you the title. So for the first of each of these, we don't have a title of them. But this first song, I don't know what it was called. It sounded vaguely Dark Lotus-ish.
Why is the world so fucking stupid like it don't matter? Walk around so disappointing without any pressure. Feeling like there ain't no love cause it's on. As if your spirit disappeared and left you there to mourn.
Second track is called Wolves.
I'm one of a kind. Right from the moment I popped my head out of a witch's vagina, I put my life on the line. I had no clue I was living a lie at the time. But then I find out you were just stabbing my back to the people religiously and then suspiciously grabbing my hand, saying that we were gonna make history. Felt like I was just left in the woods.
There's some killer lines like, I'm one of a kind right from the moment I popped my head out of witch's vagina. Keep in mind here,
the witch's vagina.
They're just giving us tiny little 5-second snippets, and this is one they chose to include.
That's the one that had to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's the one I've been thinking of.
You think it sounds Dark Lotus-y, these first 2 snippets?
I think that's a hard question to answer because really what does sound Dark Lotus-y? I mean, like, I think each album from them sounds a lot different, but I'm not opposed to these being Dark Lotus songs.
Well, the third track is called Eradicate.
I know you tried to rid the fucking world of my grace. It didn't work and now you suffer with the cross in my face. You used to be my fucking brother, now you're just a disgrace. So fuck you and your failed attempts to eradicate.
Clearly a song with some references to ICP. Like, I know you tried to rid the fucking world of my grace. It didn't work. Now you suffer with the cross on my face. You used to be my fucking brother. Now you're just a disgrace. So fuck you and your attempts to eradicate.
Yep.
Yeah, I did listen enough to back it up and write down all the lyrics there. Fourth track is called Walking Disaster.
I just wanna fall in water till my neck in this pain. I used to fall to you, but things didn't go my way. I had to face the change and crawl away again. Am I ever after? Everything is broke, just damaged goods. Now we're walking this.
Sounds awful to me, but the hook is cool. My guess it's going to be the last track on the album. These 4 tracks to me that they sampled are very like last 2 albums sounding to me of Dark Lotus. They don't sound like Black Rain. They don't sound like Tales from the Lotus Pod. They sound like Opaque Brotherhood and Mudwater, Air and Blood. More like Opaque Brotherhood than anything to me.
Which I'm a big fan of that one. It's up there with my, favorite Dark Lotus material altogether. So I'm not mad at that even one bit.
I don't know. Aaron, you've listened to all the Dark Lotus albums. I think we both were fairly big fans of especially the first two, but still had fun with the others. What did you think upon hearing these?
Yeah, I wrote down The Return of Dark Lotus. Give me a break.
It's not Dark Lotus. Come on.
No, yeah, of course not. But it's fine. Nothing really strongly screams Dark Lotus to me on these. How
did they get around this? Because previously when they were trying to do Dark Lotus stuff, they were using like D4L and stuff. Did they gain the rights to use this name, or did they just say, fuck it, we're going to do what we want?
I think this is on a sampler, and when it comes out, it'll either have no official artist name if it's a CD, or it'll say Twiztid, Blaze, ABK, whatever. I think they'll legally have to work around it, but for a sampler, I don't think you have strong rules.
It would be really interesting if ICP was like, we're gonna release a Dark Lotus album too, at the same time.
Sure, the more the merrier. Here's what my overall thought on this is: I don't care anymore about who or what Dark Lotus is. I'm not mad that they're gonna release a thing with no ICP on it. That doesn't mean anything to me anymore. These guys have been enemies for a long time.
Yeah.
If these guys want to get together, the four core guys that are still there from that group together, and make a spooky record with some, Dark Lotus flourishes, fantastic. Can't wait to hear it. I'm not uptight about whether or not it's the real deal. It sounds like the kind of music I want to hear more of from these guys, and they're all together making it. If it sounds good, it'll make up for, some of the lacklusterness of East Side Ninjas, and I'll be excited to hear it.
I did have the thought like, this is the kind of music I want these guys to make, so that's fine. But I don't think I'm as logical about it as you, because I did kind of roll my eyes about it like, okay, all right. I'm sure that when they did their survey, people were like, go back to doing what you used to do, make a Dark Lotus album, whatever, I'm sure it's what people want. But I was like, okay, it just feels...
They've been hinting at it forever.
They've been wanting to. I know. All right, let's move on to the second segment of this sampler. This second segment is focused on Blaze and his new album, which is called Dead Serious, coming out in August. We get clips of 4 different tracks. And Jamie is really insistent that he is going back to the gangster stuff, kinda.
Yeah.
Musically, most of it doesn't have that 90s gangster rap sound.
But she wanted a son of her own, one of them wholesome like a doctor. Carry on with his own broken home, not a convict with a temper, who's recently out of parole, but a counselor in a workshop, who usually works alone.
But the last one, I think that they sample, is called Sunday Morning, which is a sequel to Saturday Afternoon. Big Time has those vibes to it.
East side of the day, after long Saturday full of robberies. Count Benjamins and my bank roll increase. 20s, 50s, 100s, name hot up in the streets. Fled a lot up in the streets for the guap. They wish I stayed DK, but I'm back on top.
There's also a track with ABK and Boondocks. What'd you guys think? I thought this was fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think Blaze has an album I outright hate. They're usually fine. Some are better than others. Samples alone, I'm looking forward to this. I always like to hear from Blaze.
I'm not a huge Blaze guy. I liked the first EP and album, and then after that I kind of fell off. So I don't really know how I feel. Aaron, did this do anything for you?
It came and went. It was fine. I'm interested to hear it.
Yeah,
when it comes out.
All right. Well, this third segment, my ears perked up a little bit, because I was actually legitimately interested when they said Songs of Sam Hain Volume 5 Outside of Heaven is coming in September. We got a few different tracks here. Jamie Madrox's track, which sounded cool.
Every October I feel it take over, giving it most control of my brain. It happened my being, the season would borrow me, rob me like witches and hope I would change. Seemed dimensions in the purple velvet light. Shadows in the cemetery dance the light. Dark doorways devoid of all light. Turn the less man to myth the zeitgeist.
Then a very 90s gangster song that's Twiztid and ABK called WWW.
People don't like me, but I ain't giving a fuck. It just means I'm more than likely fucking one of you up. And it seems I'm hearing screams about enough is enough. But a monster he never dreams that a nightmare is too much.
I thought there was going to be like a .something.com, but it's just www.
Yeah.
Then a song called Loser by Jamie Madrox and Hyro the Hero, which is not a cover of the Beck song.
Wish it was.
2 tears in a bucket. I'm a loser and I might amount to nothing. I'm a nerd, L7 bitches feeling I'm a nutcase. Visualizing how many bodies fit in the trunk space. I can describe life bitter like I got bad taste. And spit it like sex, giving everybody fuck face.
But it's like a lot of gross, twangy country rock guitars,
Yeah.
which is a weird thing.
The Hyro one I wasn't sure about. The one with WWW sounded good to me.
The last one is called Pumpkin Pale. It's either Jamie or Twiztid with Blaze.
My mind empty like that 40s or that OE. Empty like your pockets, babe. Fucking with an OG. Empty like the promises you're selling all phony. Never could they kill your legendary dead homie.
And that one sounded fun and Halloweeny.
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear a Songs of Sam Hain 5. You know, I hope it's a little more themed than 4. 4 was pretty disappointing to me, but you know, we'll see what they do with it.
Hey, listen, the Songs of Sam Hain albums ranged from great to pretty disappointing. So I'm hoping maybe this is going to be a great one.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm more excited about this than anything else so far.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think so too. Yeah. And then the fourth segment is 2 bonus tracks from albums that are already out. You got the ROC Superpowers featuring Monoxide from the ROC's most recent album called No Direction, which is out now.
Bounce past my rise to the hour stars. Keep it raw, move my soul through art. Ain't no bar that I can't jar. Screaming this till I die hard. Work my
And then the next song is Ghost by Twiztid. It's a Haunted High-Ons track.
I'm a supernatural product of the occult. My skeleton goes with energy as a result. I'm a paranormal medium. I mean, I talk to dead people. Some are good, some are evil. No two are equal. Some like to talk big. They like to brag and boast. Some are aggressive possession. Use you as a host. Some are
This is currently streaming. It's also been on YouTube since last Halloween, and I am 100% positive we talked about this and a few other newer tracks in an episode already. Yeah. Hey, listen, we've got MNE down to, at this stage, just the core group. It's just the main guys at this point.
I think that's,
that's
right.
fine.
I think that's what it should be.
I think that's for the best.
Yeah. I think I left this sampler excited. I think if they just buckle down to their core dudes and make some cool songs, you know, I'm this sampler made me more excited than the Urban Legends EP or anything they've done in a couple years, I would say.
This sampler made me realize that, and I'm happy about this, the era of psychopathic and or Magic Ninja is kind of done, right? We've got individual artists at this point doing their thing, and it leaves plenty of room for other labels and artists to be in the mix as well. And I think that is totally fine.
Yeah, totally. I think those guys are a friend group that have been friends forever. They're going to go in their little corner and make records. Fantastic. ICP is doing the same. Great. You know, and now, you know, Zool's gone. They're with LLE doing their thing. I don't think we need these big conglomerates. I like little groups of friends making art together. That's what it should be the whole fucking time.
Hey,